are you not? How come you can't see me?
You're way in.
Oh, you're not even. Oh my golly, no wonder. You weren't even in the same air.
I was at one of those thingies. You saw me.
Okay, where are you?
Can I do that?
Go ahead. Yeah.
What do I do with it?
Go in.
Oh, I don't.
Because I'm already in there waiting for you.
Oh, you're in there?
Oh my golly. It hurts. It hurts. Where are you not? How come you can't see me?
You're way in.
Oh, you're not even. Oh my golly, no wonder. You were.
Well, good morning, afternoon, evening, my lovelies. How are you today? My YouTube will not start, so we're just moving on. We're just gonna scrap that and move on. Oh, I don't have this light on. Hold on, we're in the dark over here on this side. Okay, well, we are going to just not worry about it and move on. Move on, move on. Oh, I don't want to lose this piece right here. I need to find wool that's that color. How's everyone today? I hope y'all are well. sometime last night I hit my 130 followers. I'm hoping to have 150 by Friday. What do you think? Think we can do that? Who knows? All right. So we left off yesterday on this next to the last section, which is much bigger. We got our flower colors in right here. So we're going to do just a section at a time and move around the circle instead of moving it constantly on my frame. So we did our flowers. We have our vein in on this leaf and our dark veins on this leaf. And you know what? I'm going to get my color, my dye chart. Hold on just one second. Where are you, little dye chart? There you are. Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay. So this color right here is really the color that she wanted for these leaves. And I'm thinking that moss is the one. So let's scoot it up here. I'm thinking that moss would be it. So I think my decision today is not to color in these smaller leaves, and I'm going to try to dye this tomorrow while I am not streaming. Or I guess I could start it right now. But what we are going to do is the dark on this one. Because we know we're going to use this dark. And we can go ahead, this background on this section is going to be white. And we know that too, so we can go ahead and work around that. And I don't know about these two little things. I know it's trying to bring the design together all the way around, but I think they're ugly. And I'm thinking I may ignore them. What do y'all think? They just are kind of floating out there. They're just kind of floating. I know likey them. But we'll see. Let's start here. Is my music too loud? Because it's too loud for me. Hold on, let me turn that down a little bit. Ooh. I don't know how it keeps going up and up and up and up and up. Alright. So let's start with this dark green that's going to be in this leaf. And because we needed to outline the rose in the middle, if y'all weren't here, I guess I should have taken a picture to put on the screen. The rose in the middle just lost all definition even with all the shading. So we popped in a little bit of this reddish brown to outline the petals. And so I'm trying to just kind of bring that out each section just a tad bit to give it some flow. What I did on this section is I mixed it with a little bit of a darker brown. One, to make it go farther so I don't have to dye more. And two, then we can take the darker brown out to the final section and just kind of fade them out that way. So that is my plan. But I'm really thinking I may need to dye, maybe I could start the water to dye that now. It'll take a little while to boil. That's my problem, though, is I try to do too many things at one time. What do y'all think? Y'all try that too? Are you trying to juggle 100 things? So we've had a really, really busy last 24 hours. If you were here yesterday, you heard all about my roof, my fence. We had 75-mile-an-hour winds. So that is all being taken care of. Somebody came and looked at it last night. We're getting put on the list to be worked on. So I'm probably down a little bit in energy and steam this morning. And whatever blew in, my eyes are burning and itching, just that normal icky. And the West Texas dust flew in yesterday afternoon. We had pink skies. You know what? I'm not going to cut that. There's no reason to cut that. Hold on. So my eyes are a little scratchy this morning. But other than that, it's good. We are moving right along on this, which is awesome because I have to have this done by the end of next week. Oh, and I found out the ones that I have for the book don't have to be... I knew it was an M, but apparently it's May 1st, not March. So I've got 2 more months on that. So we just set them aside. We just moved them away out of my eyesight for a minute. So that is probably not good that she told me that. She probably should have said March 15th. But anyway, so we've set those aside and they're not hanging over my head. So that is good. And let's see, what else is going on over here? I don't remember how many times I died on Toy Rodeo's channel last night, but it wasn't 8 like the night before. I did pretty well, but I did die. I think he died more than me, though, just so y'all know. We're going to do that one more night in his office, and then we're going to, tomorrow, since I don't stream on Thursdays, we're going to move my TV back into my office and my gaming system. And then we're going to co-op so y'all can see how bad I really am. Because right now, we have Raiders coming in. Welcome, 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 Raiders. Good morning. How are y'all? How are y'all this morning? Hey, Mez, how are you? What did you do? Tell everybody in my chat what's going on. If you have to run, I understand. We're not in commercials, are we? I don't think so. And there is a shout out for Mez. for my people to go check her out, follow, or check them out and follow them. Did they come in right at a commercial? I don't think so. Well, for those of you that don't know me, I work on rugs, mostly. I do a little bit of everything. I crochet, I knit, I do resin, my husband and I have a wood laser engraver machine and a 3D printer, so sometimes I'm painting on wood. Sometimes I'm taking those scrap woods and maybe needle felting behind them to make some kind of picture that I can save that piece of wood and reuse it. But predominantly I work on rugs. I rug punch, and I do traditional rug hooking also. So I understand, not a problem at all. Not a problem. How are you today? So this one is for my daughter who is moving, so I have a time limit to get it done by next weekend so she can take it with her. Her and her husband, they're moving to a new place out of state, and it has wood floors, so I told her I would make her a rug. So that's what we're doing with this one, and it is 45 inches. So it is quite the piece. I can show y'all. You'd be better if you could count. I understand. What were you working on? Asked you questions, but you weren't there, so I will ask again. Good morning. How are you? What you working on? Did y'all have a good stream? Yes, I do know that. In fact, I follow you, and I saw you streaming earlier. Are you going to be part of the raid also?
Welcome. You're welcome.
Aw, thank you very much for the follow. Not on the train. Yeah, I am. Luckily, I'm not going to be on the raid until Monday, so that works for me because I won't be able to stream on Sunday. But normally I stream 6 days a week. Thursdays are my day off to just literally clean back up everything that I've taken out during the week to show everybody and do and put all my yarns away. I have some rugs I can show. Wow, yeah. Well, you can catch the next one, right? So when I punch from the back, of course, just like tufting, if you've seen people do tufting. So this is one of my rugs, a Valentine rug. I love a lassie. And I wanted this tweed. So what I did was I punched the outline of the skirt and then came back in and hooked the skirt, the brim of the socks, and on the tam. So that's just one. And then I do, like I said, traditional rug hooking. It's not latch hook, although I do latch hook too, but this is traditional with wool strips. And this is a set of a series that Deanna David designed called The Menace in the Attic, and it's all based on like a Nancy Drew kind of thing. And so these are hooked with wool strips. So that is what you'll find here. I thank you so much for coming in and joining me today. I do mosaic crochet, is my favorite crochet. I do knit, but I've been on a pair of socks for, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years. They used to be my, when I have to take my mom to the doctor or whatever, my go-to to grab. But that is, I don't work on those very often. So, and I gave you a shout out earlier, Miz. I don't know if you saw that because you might have been away, but what have you been doing on your streams? I never can say that word, amigurumi. That's probably not right. I never do say it right. I taught my neighbor next door, her daughter, how to crochet so she could make animals. So she's been doing that. I don't have the patience for all the little things, all that little stuff. But they are so cute. Is that what you predominantly like to do? Is the A word, that A word? Just. I saw somebody doing bunnies the other day. They were so cute. They would be so cute for Easter baskets. You did the head fine. I went to do the body and gave up after 5 attempts because the math wasn't mathing. Don't you hate that? Yeah. And it's, you'll go over it 10 times and it'll be the 11th, right? So, hello, is it faded time? Oh, it's Chanel. Oh, that is, yes, it is so horrible to frog. Faded. Okay, faded. Thank you. So this is actually burlap. Okay, thanks, Faye. I appreciate that. This is burlap. Hold on, I'm going to snooze just 1 second my ads. We'll let them go here in a sec. But burlap is what they used to use years ago. They don't really recommend it as much anymore, only because it doesn't hold up if it gets wet, but don't get it wet. So, and then now they have the glues that you can put on the back, which I normally do not do on my rugs. So that's the difference between me and tufting. I don't cut my loops on the front side, so they don't pull out as easy, so you don't have to do all the gluing and the backing and all of that. So this one is burlap. Normally I use either rug warp or monk's cloth or linen. So linen is not my favorite, although it is probably the most expensive one. Let me grab a couple and I'll show you. So for my stream during the raid, if y'all have heard about the raid, it's about recycle, reuse, upcycle, that kind of thing. And so I have a rug that I've been wanting to do for my laundry room. Oh, I'm upside down. Hold on. And this is linen. So not quite as fibrous as the burlap, and it feels a little better weaved. And so this is what I'm going to do. So when I do my traditional rug hooking, and let me show you, I'll show you another one of those. This is why I have to clean my room on Thursdays, because I pull all this and then just throw it back in the floor. So this is one I've done traditional rug hooking on. I'm not quite finished with this one. We had to jump over to a commission, so this is made with wool strips. And when you cut those strips, they're either called noodles or worms. Thank you. And so what happens is I take my extra cuts and I just throw them in a jar. So we're going to take, I have 6 jars with different size cuts. Do I have 6? Maybe 7. Different width cuts. I have a machine that will cut different sizes. And we're just going to take what's in these jars and we're going to do this rug. So we're not going to be able to use any wools outside of what's in my jars. And we'll see if we can empty those out. This one, I just have to finish some of the fill-in of the next to last border and then the final border. And this one will be done. This one is on monk's cloth. And you can see the difference. And it's bigger hold than what you would cross stitch. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? And see that, okay, so if you want to know my rabbit hole, that was, so I knit, and I predominantly knit, and you know, when you spend the kind of money that you spend on some of those skeins for shawls and different things, I'm not going to throw what's left of that skein away. Oh, and you can probably use up a lot of your scraps on that A word, right? But I didn't crochet at that time, and I just kept throwing all my scraps in a bin. And so I went to a Fiber Fest in Kentucky and happened to walk by and saw somebody punching, and I thought, oh my gosh, that is a way to use up all of my scraps. So that's how I got into the punching. And of course I taught myself to knit on YouTube, I taught myself to crochet on YouTube, and I taught myself to punch on YouTube. And as I was doing this, then somewhere I came across traditional rug hooking and thought, ooh, I should try that. So that's what got me into the traditional rug hooking, which uses the wool strips, if it's going to be on the floor. If it's not going to be on the floor, then you can see what we do without YouTube. Although my YouTube wasn't working this morning, so I'm not streaming live there too. But anyway, yeah, YouTube is wonderful. And I tried knitting for years. People kept trying to teach me, but I always, they wanted me to hold my yarn in my left hand, and I just could not do it. And I finally on YouTube, saw somebody hold their yarn in their right hand, and I went, oh, you can do that? And when I did that, that was it. I was gone. I've even been to master knitters classes, so it just took somebody else doing it a different way for it to click in my brain, and they did it. Now, when I crochet, I hold my yarn in my left hand, but not when I knit. I cannot do it. It does not work. Oh wow. Learned to do it right into, very cool. So yeah, so it just takes, right, that person that does that, you know, that's why YouTube or something like Twitch is great, because there's a lot of people doing it and somebody's going to do it a different way. And so I also have, let me show you. Thank you for the follow. Well, that came in late, didn't it? I also, so when you punch, you can have different needle sizes, right? I don't know if y'all have done Ultra Punch, but you can have different depths, and depending on how far you punch will depend on if it looks more like a watercolor or something like that. So like this one from the back, and I'm not going to be able to snooze my ads here again in a minute, so we'll probably have an ad break, but on the back this looks very detailed and very precise, right? When you flip it to the front, it becomes much softer. 23 years ago, there wasn't really much in the way of video tutorials. Your mom took you to a book club that did needlework. Oh, that's awesome. Didn't like the knitting. It's not as fast, but it uses a lot less yarn. But you can't take it out as easy either, right? Frogging is a lot more difficult on knitting. But so this is, it becomes much softer on the other side because your pile is longer. So that's what we're doing here. Let me expand this real quick and I'll show y'all the picture of this rug. So this is what we're working with. The center rose is yellow with a blue border, and then we went out to blue flowers with the gold border, and so now we're working on this third section that has the big leaves, and that is what we're working on. So, and I will, as soon as I get, I'm trying to do a section at a time on this part because it's so much bigger. We'll do this section and then I'll move it on my frame. So we'll look at it, we'll flip it over as soon as we get this area done. Although I have decided I'm not going to do these leaves yet. I'm going to dye some wool. So I was looking at my dye thing a while ago. I really need this mossy green. So we're going to have to dye some wool for that. So we're going to skip these. And I have an ad coming in and I've dismissed it as many times as I could and it won't let me dismiss again. So I will answer any other questions because I love to talk about it. I love to teach about it. I love to explain it. So if you have any questions, please ask. When I moved back to Texas, no one I knew anything about this kind of art form. So I think it's an hour and I drive an hour and a half one way to go to a store that carries the stuff that I use for rug hooking. So it's not very prominent down here in the South. East Coast you can find lots. So I'm just going to keep filling in this leaf right here. And there is a thing is directional hooking and all of that. But I think the ad's going to kick in here any minute. It says it, but it never does it when I think it is. How are we supposed to be? And I'm just going to, because these leaves are so big, I'm going to higgly-piggly them a little bit. So I'm just going to do I'm going to break off sections and do a section at a time. And the ad said it was coming in, but it hasn't. Okay, so I just kind of am Oh, I just got myself. So what I do is I reach my hand under and I go ahead and pull my tails to the front. And that way, when I turn it over, all my tails are already on the front. If you're not going to do like tufting where you're using glue and sealing it that way and all of that, you want all your tails to the front. And the thing with that is, for me, I just do it at the beginning because it's a habit, and I remember a lot of people leave their tails sticking up and then they come through and punch them down after the fact, and that just seems like a lot of work to me, because then that's one more step you have to keep doing, right? I'm sure part of it is if you don't have a lot of yarn, you may want to do it that way, if you're afraid you're going to run out, because I do probably waste a little more than they do. And I do tend to pack. They tell you not to pack. Wow, that took forever. So I'm just going round and round and round right here. Let's just start here. I try also not to keep too many of my tails in the same area. If there is a snag on the floor, then that way it won't pull too many at once. And because I don't pull the loops, it's not just little pieces, so they don't come out easily. I mean, this is one continuous thing, so. That's the other thing between me and tufters. Because they cut all their loops, there's absolutely no directional hook punching. With mine, you are going to see direction if you keep going in lines. And let me see, do I have, let's see. Let me see if I can show y'all. So I don't know if y'all can tell, but you may not be able to. But I did directional hooking on the walls behind all these chairs, and you can see it going straight up and down in these lines. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see if I can get up there. Yeah, there. Can y'all see that? You can actually see the lines, the rows of it. That is what directional hooking does. So if you don't want somebody's eye to go that direction, then you do, I do what's called Higgly Piggly. And you'll see that on the white that I'm getting ready to do in the background here, because we're going to go ahead and do our white even though we don't have these leaves done, since I have to dye wool or dye yarn for that. We're going to finish this leaf, and then we're going to go around and do our white. And we don't want our white to be the thing your eye's drawn to, so we'll Higgly Piggly that. Same with what I did in this border in the yellow up here. But with the leaves, you see growth in those leaves, right? You see how they go. So it's not a problem to have that directional. That your brain's expecting you to have that. And I have a tufting gun, and these would be much faster if I was using that, but I like doing it by hand. I can do a little more shading by hand. I'm not doing a lot on this, but and I can sit down. So there's just something about, I have a little more control, and I get to slowly watch this come to life. I am running out of this skein. We're almost done with this skein, but I've got several more, so we're good. My last piece I was doing was a commission, and right at the end of this guy, we took his wife's painting, and I'm turning it into a rug. One half of the sky, I ran out of one of the colors, so we're waiting on that to get here before I finish that one up. This one I had to order the background blue for. I think I stole it. So this is my daughter's. She picked this one out a while back, and now that she's moving, I need to get it done. And she picked the colors. She was an art teacher, a high school art teacher for years. Well, years, 5 years. Took a lot of kids to state, but I think I've robbed out of it to use it for other projects, so I had to order more. Except for this moss. For some reason, I don't have the moss. So, we're going to have to dye that in order to get that done before they move. Oops. So this one I'm going to go straight up and down up here at the tip. And if you have any other questions, please ask. Let's see, I'll tell you a couple of things we're doing. I told you about the raid and what I'm going to do for that. And then, hey Giggy, thanks. Let's see. Next week, I think, hopefully next Wednesday, we'll see if I can pull this off. So, my neighbor, oh, hold on, I have to take this, just one sec. Sorry, my brother's at the doctor. What was I saying? Oh, so my next door neighbor, we got her streaming on Twitch. She does paintings beautifully. She draws and does paintings. So what we're doing is we're taking a picture she drew. I'm converting it into a rug, and we're going to collab, and she is going to paint realistic flowers while I punch it. And so you'll see two mediums of the same thing happening on screen. We thought that would be kind of fun. And then on the 21st, I'm doing a collab with C. Jamie Sims, and I'm going to teach her how to do Ultra Punch. So Ultra Punch is with the DMC floss, more like cross stitch, and has this needle. So we're going to do that on Friday the 21st. So I think those are the couple of things I have happening. And then I think Jamie and I are going to do a once a month Friday that is just for finishing Friday, because I have all these rugs that I've done, but I haven't finished off the edges or done all the punching or the hooking, but then they pile up. So maybe that will keep me more motivated to get some of these projects done and get them listed. So that will be good. And I will say I've got a couple of, I may have to mute here or there. We had some straight line winds night before last, and so I've got roofers and fence people and all that calling. So if I say hold on a sec, that's what it is. Alright, so we are almost to the end of this one. And my stream is very calm. Hopefully my music doesn't put you to sleep. But if I put faster music on, then I feel like I have to punch to the beat. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. So the calmer music is better for me. It's kind of like my husband was military a million years ago. And so he's so used to eating so fast. I'm like trying to keep up. And I'm like, I can't breathe. So I'm like, please learn to slow down. He's like, you didn't have time to slow down. Or you didn't get anything. I'm like, well, that's a bad habit. Stop it. You will hear my husband pop in and out every once in a while. Okay. We are getting this done. Actually, I'm going to take this on out to here. We'll just do these two leaves at once. is the only reason I don't like pulling from a skein instead of pulling from a cake. It's because when you get down to the end, it starts tangling up. And if for some reason when you're punching, it ends up doing something like this where it looks like it's not going in the holes, it's just staying, it's because check your yarn. Either you've got it under your arm. I usually hook mine around my scissors, or it may be stuck in the skein. There may be a knot in your skein, but it's only because it can't pull enough to do that. It's not moving. So it's not that you're doing something wrong. People get frustrated, but it's usually just because they're either they've got their elbow on it, or, which I did a lot when I first started. And see, like right now it's bunching up, so it needs to be able to flow. Flow. And you don't have to punch every single little spot. You can have holes, which kind of helps everything breathe, but I tend to be a heavy puncher, so you don't see very many of those on mine. Only maybe when I'm taking two colors around each other, you may see a little wider spot. Oh, give me just a second. Hold on, I'm going to mute my sound for just a minute. Okay, thank you for that. I went ahead and grabbed a drink while I was on the call, so now I can keep going. All right. So we had 75-mile-an-hour winds. I've got two sides of my fence down. And some shingles missing. So, luckily they were able to get out here last night and look. Okay, so this is the green that we're going to do in here. It's a very pretty mossy green. So we're going to ignore that because I don't have any. And we're going to go ahead. Let me find my bag. I had all of our colors in it. Alright. We're going to go ahead and just go around that. Hold on. Hold that thought. I'm going to try to pull this from the center. But if I make a... I can't find it easily, we'll just continue with it from the outside. I hate the outside though. It bounces around, it ends up on my floor because I pull so fast from it. So let me see if I can find the end. Yay! Okay, so let's do this. We're going to work from this end. We birthed a little bit of a kitty, but that's alright because we're going to use that much of it anyway. In this one area, probably. Okay. Come back. See what happens. Alright, Rudy. We are good to go. Okay. Now, I said this earlier, and I'm going to say it again. I don't like these. I think they're ugly. And I understand they're kind of to keep the continuity around with your eye going circular, right? But I don't like them. So I think I'm actually going to ignore them. That's what I think. So let's just start here at the base of this leaf. I always outline once, even if I'm doing Higgly Piggly. So I will outline around the leaves. But I always do one outline all the way around. For me, there's something just about that continuity. And I might be a tad OCD, just so y'all know. And I go down lots of rabbit holes in my brain, and I usually explain how I got to those rabbit holes, just in case y'all are wondering how in the world did she go from that to that, because it takes quite a journey. And sometimes you will still think, how did she get from there to there, even when I explain how I got from there to there. And then if you really want entertainment, at night, I stream video games with my husband, which is quite comical. I'm not a video game person, although I guess I'm playing enough that I can say I kind of am, but I still run into walls, and trees, bushes. I get stuck on stairs. It's a whole thing. But there is his channel. If you just want to see how I make his head explode, the clip from last night, actually, he did say his head was going to explode, I believe. I know his eye was twitching, just so you know. It is quite comical. So, if you just want to laugh your tail off, although I cannot promise that it will not cause nausea watching me play video games, but if you're in for a good laugh, then that's usually what's happening on that channel. And that's really it for me. We just hang out here, make rugs. I love to encourage people. I love to always cheer you on to try something new. I have a couple of streamers that call me the, what do they call me? Oh, I'm a good bad influence. That's what I am, a good bad influence. Because I've got them started doing different things. And I love it. And I don't mind stopping at any point to explain something, to show a process, even if it's not on something I'm doing. If it's still on something that I know something about, I will be glad to stop and show and help. So, anytime, feel free to jump in and ask. I'm going to take a drink. Hey, Toy Rodeo, I was just telling them how you had a tick last night in your eye, and
How you make my eye twitch?
and that they should go see the clip that you made
Yeah.
where you thought your head might explode. Is that correct?
Yep. No head exploding though. Close to it. Make my eye twitch. Made my eye twitch.
I was apparently not where I was supposed to be.
No, you were nowhere near. You weren't even in the same screen. What'd you do with the cord that was plugged in out there for these? That was in the kitchen.
You didn't have it in the kitchen. You had it on the table on the sofa.
That's right.
Yeah. See, apologize. It was not me.
I didn't want to leave it there.
Apologize. It wasn't me.
No, I just asked.
Wasn't me. He was trying to blame me. Y'all heard that, right?
I just asked a question.
You may be able to blame me in the game, but you can't blame me in real life. He put it there, not me.
Really, you voted
the coffee pot holder, and I'm tired of filling it up, so I filled it up all the way, and then I had 2 extras, so I set them on top. Like, they're precariously perched. Precariously perched! How do you like that? No, I'm not going to say it 3 times fast. I'm thinking that would be a good title for something, though. Precariously perched. Did y'all notice I missed a green leafy thingy here? Well, how'd I do that? Huh. We're gonna have to go back and fix that. I did that yesterday, I guess. Hey, I was going to tell you something else. What was I going to tell you?
There's no telling.
Another honeydew.
No. There are no more honeydews.
Yeah. Okie dokie. I'm going to stretch for a second. And I'm actually going to pour me a drink. I love little Abner. Probably some of y'all are not old enough to know little Abner. Is little Abner still around? I don't think so. Although neither are the Sunday comics usually. I am dating myself, just so y'all know. Okie dokie. Now I'm hydrated. Let's keep it going. Now the other thing about punching is it is much faster than traditional rug cooking, but you have more cleanup on the back end. So, and you don't have the cleanup on the hooking once you've done it. So there's a little bit of give and take depending on which form you want to do. I have learned to have less cleanup on the punching. The problem with the punching is when you're going up against another color, if you happen to hit that color, the loop on the other side, then what happens is it may split it and pull part of that color. So like we may end up with green way over here and just one dot of it because we've split this loop and it has pulled that green over. So then you have to kind of pick that up and make it go back over that loop and go back to where it's supposed to be. So some of that, because I don't cut my loops, again, not like tufting, that can be a problem. But I try really hard to angle my punch needle away from the color I'm coming up against. So like I'm facing, even though they tell you to punch the direction you're going, your needle should be facing the direction you're going. Oops, hold on, because we are having some. See, we used all that we got out a while ago, but now we have not. Another reason it'll hang on you. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So instead of punching that direction, I'm punching with my needle coming this way, and I'm kind of angling it, and that hopefully keeps me where I can put it right up against this other color, but I'm not hitting their loops or that color's loops. So when I'm going around like that, if I need to be really close, then I try to do that. Now that I'm back around something that I don't have any color, then I can turn my needle. Also, turning your needle and punching that way will give it a different look. Sometimes it'll give it a roped look, which is kind of cool. So you can kind of use your needle sometimes in different ways. If you're putting 2 yarns in, which is what I have done on many occasions to make so like this brown, there's 2 browns in there, and so when I'm punching it, depending on how I'm kind of twisting my needle will depend on which one is more prominent on the underneath, because you can see I see more of that more of that reddish brown here and less of the chocolate, but I see more of the chocolate right here, and that's because on the other side you're going to see more chocolate there and then more red here. So twisting and turning my needle when I have more than one color can help me kind of paint when I can't paint, right? I can't layer really on top of each other. So I'll show y'all. I really had to work with some different techniques. So I told y'all I had a commission that I was doing and I ran out of the yarn. So there is the picture. And here so I had to take this painting and turn it into a rug, right? So I can't layer like she layers. I can't build on top of each other. So I had to find a way to do it where I didn't have that, and yet still give the semblance of the waves. So that's what I did. And look, I only have that much left to go. But I ran out of the color. But it should be here by the end of this week, so we'll finish that one up. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is I am going to just kind of take this around, but I know I'm about to hit my frame. So I am just going to higgly piggly it back You'll understand that here in just a minute. But I'm going to come to here, and we're going to take this and outline our outside. Right at our little scallop. Just to get us a little, this is the outside of our border here. I'm gonna cut this when I find it, because I'm underneath all this fabric. Alright, and then I'm gonna start right here. Actually, I'm gonna start right here. I'm just going to keep following this line until I hit my frame over here, which is about right there. Oh, y'all can't see any of this. Why you tell me you can't, that my camera moved? I hit it a while ago, didn't I? Y'all can't see none of this. I think I have a channel point thing that says move, I can see. Sorry about that. So let's just go around here. Thanks for the camera check. Definitely needed to check the camera. I'm so bad about swinging rugs up here, and this is very sensitive. It moves very easily. Oops. Yeah, I don't like this. Let's pull that back out. So you see how easy it is to pull that out when I don't like something? Just slide my needle back down. This one was not drawn as big as this one, or it slid when it got drawn. So sometimes I have to draw on the fly. And that's all right. We can do that. Alright, give me just 1 second. I need to take this text. Hold on just 1 second. Okay. So when I talk about Higgly Piggly, we're just going to kind of, so what happens is my mind starts wandering, right? I've got 10 rugs down the road already planned. I've got people, hold on. Um. So what happens is I get to. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna have to take this call. Hold on just 1 second. Okay, thank y'all for being patient. My brother's being sent to another doctor, so I do all that for him. So he was just keeping me up to date. They're gonna send him to a hematologist, so he was just letting me know what all the doctors said. And really giving me my list of chores for what I need to do next. So, I didn't ask him one other question. Let me text him. No, hold on one more sec. Well, he could have texted that to me, but he didn't. He just had to call me back. So there you go. All right. I think we should be good for a little bit, unless one of the roofer people's calls. But I usually do not have this many interruptions. Actually, I usually don't have very any, but this week has been a different week. Very different. All right, so I'm gonna come in here. I didn't think I was gonna like the white, but I can see where it's gonna really make those leaves pop. So just background on my child who I'm doing this for. Her and her now husband, was fiance, decided that they wanted to get married outside of Las Vegas at the Valley of Fire in August. So they almost killed me, but it's okay. I survived. But it's beautiful, you know, those beautiful orangey rocks. So she actually told everybody in the wedding that was going to be at the wedding that they had to wear blue, and she had specific blues. And the pictures did turn out absolutely stunning. But that is that art person in her. She knew what she wanted, and it did turn out very, very pretty. All right, so I'm going to break this one up because otherwise I'll just keep going round and round. And when you're in these little ones, there's not much you can do. You just have to kind of fill in. But this one I can kind of higgly-piggly it, right? Go this way, and then this way, and then this way. So she knew what she wanted, and she knows what she wants in this rug, so I'm going to trust the process. That's what's the hardest, right? Trusting the process. Oh, quit. There we go. And before Friday, when I go to work on this again, we will, I'll take a picture of the center of it so we can actually see what it's looking like. And pictures show the colors better anyway than a monitor. And I think everybody knows about the raid train, but in case you don't, you do see that on my screen that keeps coming up, and there is a link, and it's going to show you who's raiding what, who, when, just in case you can't be there for the whole entire thing. You can jump in whenever you get, whenever you're able. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm excited to do that rug that I've had for 7 years I haven't done anything with, and just use our scraps. So that will be fun. And you can see why I outlined, because then I can just run around inside it, and I don't have to be concerned that I didn't get close enough to the other edge, or that there's a hole where the two colors meet. So let's go into here. Hey, sis, I didn't see you. That's the problem with my head down all the time. So this is the one I was telling y'all that we're gonna do. She's gonna paint, and I'm gonna do a rug. So that will be fun. That should be next week. I know she said she's lurking, so. go ahead and go here. I'm just going to break this up a little bit more, right? So we just kind of don't have get all that out there. That'll give us, we won't be pulling on it quite so much. All right. So let's cut this off right there. Alright, let's put some higgly-piggly lines in here. we broke up this area into sections, but hold on, I'm going to pull this just a little tighter. You can see I'm losing my, it's starting to stretch a little. Get a little looser. So I know the background gets a little boring. It's much more fun to watch the other pieces come together. Brody was saying it looks weird looking out in the backyard and seeing somebody else's backyard. Fence down. But at least we don't both have pets that are going to try to. I mean, we wouldn't care, but they might care. But we don't have pets that are outside, running around, escaping through fences. See it pulling where it's not going in the holes. You can tell when I start getting warm. Look at the change in my hands. My hands start getting really red. And for some reason, our heater is running, and I'm gonna go check that real quick because I'm melting. Rodeo says, no, we're not melting. We are melting, look. Look how red. Toy Roadie's he's probably bundled up like an Eskimo. A knot. We're getting there, people. We're getting there. Of course, this part would be much faster in the if we were tufting, but and I could even actually. Let's see, do I have another one of these? I could even put two in at the same time in the thing, and it would go a little faster. But we'll continue on the way we are. Oh, I just took it all out. I took it all out. Okay. And don't fight your needle if it's not going through, just use a threader. No reason to get frustrated, right? Great. I'm hoping I have enough of this to go all the way around. I had 2 skeins, but man. I'm gonna cover over these two. I don't like them. And I don't think that's gonna hurt anything. I don't think they're missing those is that big of a deal. And this is looking, now see, here's the difference too, right? Looking on screen versus the way I'm looking at them over it. I think these actually look pretty good. From the back. I don't know what they look like from the front. But we will see. Right, and I don't want that higgly piggly to go right to the point because we're kind of trying to hide it. I mean, we're not trying to point the background out. Classy, I'm not calling you out. If you're just lurking, that's fine, but if you're listening, I was going to tell you something. Okay, y'all, I thought I was crazy. Remember I said, how did I miss that leaf? And then I've been looking at all of them going, okay, I didn't miss one. There it is again. We need to do that right now before we mess anything else up. Because every time I looked for it, I couldn't find it again. And I thought, okay, what was I talking about? I know I didn't. We're just going to stop this for a second. And we are going to... hold on. What is going on today? Hold on. Okay, I've got things. Hold on. Somebody's moving something on the calendar. Okay. All right. What? Sorry, hold that thought. Just one sec. Okay, and then I need to take this one off. Alright. Thank you for bearing with. See, we got distracted. We're going to take that out for a second. And we are going to find our end. Oh, please, oh, please. There it is. fill this in before I lose it again. Okay. Oh, nope, that's the wrong color. Wrong color. This color. Okay, did my music stop or am I just not hearing it? It's a really, really quiet song. Okay. There we go. All right, now I feel better. I thought I was going cray-cray. All right. Let's do this. Let's start right here. I know we were up there, but I want to see how this looks filled in around this leaf. So let's go ahead and get this done. Okay, you see how my hands are back to their normal color because I'm cold. I don't know what it is. I'm sure there's some medical term. I'm sure it's not hot flash. bud. What you doing? What? Hold on, people are changing things on my calendar. They should know better. Alright. Okay. I live by my calendar. I don't know about y'all. And when people are messing with my calendar, it throws me for a loop. Hi, bud. You eating some treats? Yeah. So just in case anybody wants to see what our Bengal cat looks like, there's his Instagram. He has his own Instagram account. Because him beautiful. Him beautiful and so sweet. Oh, bud. And he likes to pose, and when he sees the light come on, he likes to come over here and lay on my mat. I used to have a Binks cam, but he got to where he wouldn't stay in it, so I took it away. And then somehow my husband ended up stealing Binks. He started hanging out in his room, so I put a big bird feeder in front of my window, and now he's back to me. Sorry, give me one more minute. I promise we're going to get this white finished right here and then take it off the frame. Okie dokie. I think we're good for a few. I really want to get this white section done. This whole section. Because then we'll have to move it on our frame, so we might as well turn it over, see what it's looking like, cut all of our ends, and go from there. Oh. I saw a shadow outside my window. Hold on just a second. Put it on that hook. That hook. That one right there. He's moved the bird feeder and I can't see it. That one. So we filled up the bird feeder yesterday for the cat, but the winds were 50-mile-an-hour gusts, and it just swung and swung and swung and emptied it all out. So he's out there filling it up, but he put it on a hook where I couldn't see the birds. Binksy, Daddy filled up the bird feeder. Oh, there's already birds flying around. Come here, there's birds. I see birds. Say thank you, Daddy. Are hummingbirds out yet around here? 'Cause I'm thinking I'm putting a hummingbird feeder out there too. Oh, gravy me. Hey, could you do me a favor though? In your office, in your cubbies, can you get my bucket that says dying?
Why?
And there's a bucket next to it that says yarn for dying. If you could get me those buckets, that would be lovely.
I can't get either because the stream isn't
That one always ends so abruptly. Or I think it's abrupt. Thank you. Okay, I am liking the yellow roses. When I look at them in the monitor, I'm liking them. Alrighty. What did you just do? Come here. He's mad about something. Come here. Okay. We're starting to get to the end of this one, and come here. He mad. Can y'all hear him? I think he ran into the wall. I think he was going too fast. Come here. Did you hear me?
What's wrong?
I think he ran into a wall.
Alright. They got a fluffy tail. What?
His bowl's in here from this morning.
I think he's just hungry.
Okay, we'll give him some, but use
You
that
what?
one. His bowl's right there. You can clean that one out.
Can I?
Yeah.
You'll let me?
Yep,
Well, that's wonderful.
I know.
Should be happy now.
Okay. Thank you. getting there, people. We're getting there. Background is not always the most fun. Oh my goodness. Can y'all hear him crying? What in the world is going on out there? What? What? Do you want to come in here? There's birds. Want to come see the birds? Now that's the cry he gives when he doesn't know where we've disappeared to. And he's kind of a herder. He would like us all to be in the same room. This little area right here before we forget it. This is a lot. I have to go pull some more white, I think. I'm hoping I have more of this. I know there's birds. Are you gonna look? Are you gonna watch the birds? They can't see you, but you can see them. Yeah. Is that too warm? You want me to take that off? There you go. Doesn't have to be on there. You don't want to see the birds? I know Mommy took your blankie from in here, didn't she? Alright, this is all we have left of this skein. And I'm not even sure we're a quarter of the way. That's the end of that one. Do we have an end? Where is the end? There we go. Not an end. Not an end, people. Not an end. There we go. Lots of this in our way. Don't I do not think this is the same white. Well, let's punch it and see what we think. This may not work. I may not have enough white because this is a different color. It's more pearlized. Let's see what it called? Huh. Well, you know what? I'm just going to punch this little section, and then we're going to have to flip this over and see, because we may not be able to use this white. I don't know what the other white was, so we're going to figure that out. See if the tag is in the... Yeah, this is way shiny. I don't think this is going to work. Thank you, Duval, for your lurk. I don't think this is going to work. Let's just see. Okay, let me pull this forward. Stop, 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 stop. See, it catches on all these nails. Can you hear it? Catch it. Okay, stop. Come here. Hold on. Okay, stop. Alright, let's bring our lights back in. Let's trim this up. And scoot it back up where y'all can see. I think we may have to... Oh, I don't know what I'm thinking at the moment. Let's just keep cutting. you back to look at the birds? Are you back? Alright, so this is way too pearlized. We don't want that pearlization, so we're gonna have to switch that out. I'm gonna have to see what to do about that. So that's the first thing that's got to go. So that is not gonna work. Oh, wait. Yeah, so we're going to take this out. This whole little bit right here that we just put in. Yep, we don't like it. So that's going to go. We're going to get rid of that yarn and put it away for another project. I might use it on my flower one. That might work well. That I'm doing it. Our collab that we're doing. Maybe that will work there. But it is not going to work here. So we're going to have to pull a different white. See how that blue got way over there? Okay, well, it doesn't need to be. It should be way back here. Alright, so we know that white didn't work. So not only do we need to do something about our green, we're going to have to find a white. So, I would say I am stuck for today. So we will see who there is to raid. I am, so I will be on Toy Rodeo stream tonight and probably tomorrow evening. Tomorrow day I take off to try to do some of the other stuff I need to do. And so, I will be back on my stream Friday afternoon. And let's see. See if we can do this. I'm going to turn my music off.
It's like I'm just chattering to myself about it. Right? Okay, so next. Oh no, wait, I can see something else I need to do. I need to do this, but going down here. Oh my god, I can't believe it! Who's that? Create with Candice. How you doing, sweet pea? How's it going? Welcome in. How you doing today? Thank you so much for the raids. How are you? How was your stream? What did you make? What did you make? I'm trying to get away from the lights. What did you make? Thank you for shouting out Great with Candice. Great, how are you? I'm doing good, thank you. I'm doing good. I'm finally starting colouring this piece that I've been working on for the past month, so finally it has happened to me. I'm working on a 45-inch rug. We'd love to see. Can you put an image in the Discord for us? Would you be able to do that? We'd love to see. If not, we do an art and craft share every single Sunday, so you're welcome to pop it in there anytime from now until Sunday, and we'll have a look at it then. But we'd love to see. Welcome back, Jids. And can you tell us more about your rug? Sure, give me a minute. Amazing. Exciting, exciting, exciting. Please follow Create with Candice if you're not.
Welcome. Welcome. You're welcome. Welcome to my life.
Apology right now. This is an outrage, but it's been rectified in a brief second. Please join me by following Create with Candice. Toy, how you doing? Welcome in. Thank you so much for following. Toy Rodeo. That is a fun name. Toy Rodeo. Just constantly on the rodeo. I love that. That is a cool name. I want to get a better username. It's my ambition. It's one of my ambitions to get a better, more fun username. But although I've had lots of suggestions and thought of lots of things, nothing is making me want to actually change it. Plus my YouTube channel is Artist Resource, plus like my whole business is Artist Resource, so hence why it's a bit tricky, but thank you, that's my pleasure. Candice, let me know when you're ready and we'll have a little look for sure. So these two down here are going to be like very pink forward. These buildings here are going to be very orange forward, and these are going to be very yellow forward. That's the plan. Plans can change, but no, that is going to stay that way. Let's get a little bit of orange on the go. Let's get a bit of orange. This should be Spanish orange. Yeah. This should be Spanish orange. Please be Spanish orange. So you see how my glasses keep going to the end of my nose? I keep having to go like that. This is why I have to go and get them adjusted. Excuse my, what's the word I'm looking for? My naivety when it comes to glasses. These are the first pair of glasses I've ever owned, like a nice pair of glasses. So I'm like, it's a whole new world for me, right? Sunshine in a cup. I do like that. I do like it. Do you remember when Creative Fit used to come in all the time? And they said, if you ever work out how to bottle your vibe, then, you know, you'd be onto a winner. And I feel like Sunshine in a Cup is like the closest that you guys like have told me, right? You know what I'm trying to say. Lulu, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. How's it going? Been looking for a while, like the colour of your glasses. I hope you've been enjoying the look. Thank you so much. Yeah, I thought dark ones just didn't look right on me. But the lady gave me a compliment in Specsavers. She's like, oh, you chose a good pair. And I was like, thanks very much. I did it all myself. Oh my god, it looks like I've done nothing. It looks like I've done nothing today. Oh yeah, I hope Creative is doing okay, right? I haven't seen them for quite a while. Yeah, it's been a good while, right? I think it's one of those things where, like, you know, streaming is really hard. And I know they started streaming, and it's really difficult to keep the momentum and keep excited about it and keep, like, doing it. And I think... Vanta, how you doing? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. How you doing? I have a feeling that tonight's going to be a good night. No, I have a feeling. I have a feeling that they were like a bit jaded from streaming and trying to stream, trying to get the time to stream, and trying to build an audience. That's a feeling. That's not necessarily the truth. Got ya! Sugar is gonna get me. Sugar is gonna get me. Be right back. Apologies for this, babes. Don't apologise. You don't have to be here every second. No one has to be here every second. You just go with the flow. Go with the flow of your own life. You know? And then maybe we get down here and we do a bit of this. Alright, now what? Now what? Now let's just do all the darker bits for now, because that's all I can... But yeah, streaming isn't easy for those of you that don't stream.